We should be live now. We should be good. Okay, I'll go live. Up. There we go. Okay. Edit settings. Give me money, of course. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Perfect. Walt, how's it going, buddy? 3 viewers off rip. What's up, guys? Give me a second really quick while I go ahead and post this in the server. Stream Pong, Salamence, Lakey, at Metagross, at Roaring Moon. Put your games in stream replay. Bam. Alright, we should be live. We've pinged everyone. Also, really quick, let me put this in RP C27. Okay, cool. So we should be good to go. I'm go. Walt, you sure are, buddy. You sure are, buddy. Okay. Victor sent me his pace. I also just realized I never responded to Vic. I'm sorry, dude. If you're here, I'm sorry I never responded. I just now realized I didn't do. Oops. My bad, bro. That's my bad. Okay. 9 viewers ASAP. Again, if you guys want to drop a like on the stream, I appreciate it that we can get more than 9 people in here and everybody can hang out and watch your guys' games. I would appreciate it a ton. I want to imagine a Gen 3 YouTuber. Attaboy. Attaboy. How's it going, Phony? What's up, Noah? How's it going, guys? Welcome, 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 welcome. Hope we're all doing good today. I am tired. I have to go on a flight to go home, so I'll watch before I lose service. My bad, bro. My bad, bro. I'm sorry, Vic. I was so busy last weekend. So Clash of Kings just started up. Which is a team tournament that I captain in. I'm captaining with Kaz again. We won last time. That's the wrong chat, Noah. But we do have your game loaded up, though. We do have your game loaded up. Let's see. Week 6. We have... Ooh. I would appreciate if it went to the right chat. That's annoying. Bam and bam. Okay, we should be good. Cock is a crazy league, man. That's the Clash of Kings, baby. No, you're good. I already have your game loaded up. I think your opponent put it in here. I have your game loaded up on one of these. It's one of these guys. There it is. But yeah, it's Clash of Kings. It's a team tournament that, this is season 6 at this point, or season 5. We won season 4. It's very, very time consuming, being a captain in a team tour. So I've been, really, really getting ready for that stuff. The auction was yesterday. We got our team, all that stuff. So, we started drafting today, which will be fun. But that's not what today's about. Today's about the OGDL, baby. It's about the OGDL. Alright. That being said, let me just clear my messages. Let me welcome this new person to the server. Welcome, Chef. Welcome. Peep. Oop. I don't think Peep. Pick rolls here when you can. I wonder how many members we're at right now. We gotta be... I know we're above 300. But I think we're above 300, which is crazy, by the way, for like a Draft League, like, YouTuber Discord server. It's pretty shicey. Again, drop a like if you haven't already. I would appreciate it. And that being said, we can kind of start jumping in right here. We have Kaylee versus Dracagon here. Let's see what our Terra types are going to be. Is that Terra Dragon Thundy? That's kind of shiesty. Hold on a second. Wait, why is Terra Dragon crazy? Wait, that looks crazy. Oh no, it's Terra Dragon Drago. I thought it was Terra Dragon fucking Thundy. It's Terra Water Thundy, which is actually pretty cool here. Looks pretty good. Water plus electric is really good. As soon as Uxie and Drago get chipped, it like damn near wins. Like on the spot. 311 measure. Holy shit. Alright, well, good thing we're watching your game too first, Kaylee, because you said you got your flight, so. We're going to see a lead Cinderace into Uxie. Pretty free U-turn. Nothing crazy about it. 52 is a lot. No helmet, too. So that's just 2 at KO range. We see big Wiggles come out. Frisk of the Colbur Berry, which is good to know. We're going to go ahead and throw up a Reflect with Wiggles. Okay. Pivot back into Cinderace. U-turn. No Thunder Wave, which is good. But I guess it showed Yawn and Rock, so it probably isn't. We're going to see a Zen Headbutt come out. It's not going to be a 2 at KO, but it does flinch here. So this does 2 at KO after. And Dracagon has to play with flinches and missing and things like that. They do end up getting off a Toxic, which is fair. Because we're probably going to see an Uxie pivot. Yeah. I see a U-turn. Good U-turn. Good U-turn. Good U-turn. Okay, Thunderbolt's going to come out. It's going to pick off this Uxie. Again, this Thundy is really close to winning. It is quite literally just that Drago, and Wiggles walls it too. So we're gonna Frisk here. Yeah, and it's Terra Dragon because we disrespected the Wiggles. Disrespected the Wiggles. Nice Slowking pivot. Slowking also looks disgusting here. I mean, you get a pretty free Sludge Bomb, right? And we do just save Psychic. I think Sludge Bomb was pretty free there, because Pex just realistically can't do anything to you. It can't even knock you off. So you might as well just off a Sludge Bomb. We do see an AV there, so good to know. Good knockoff, though, from Dracagon. As a Sacred Sword comes out, it does not kill here. We're going to Reflect. The only thing that really, really sucks is now you do kind of struggle with that Drago at this point. The Ceaseless Edge is going to knock you out, and a Spike goes up. So Drago looks a little bit scary. Drago looks a little bit scary. It does come in hard right here, though. It takes a good 29, so it's a good amount of damage, especially if it's like a special set. But if this is physical, this is a KO. Terra Dragon. Dragon, it's still... Oh my god, that's crazy damage. Lycanroc Dust comes out. This does kind of force it out, though, because you always get off in a Cell Rock, and that makes Dragon Energy, like, useless. So that's cool. The Cell Rock comes out into the Pex. We're gonna pivot. Cinderace. Hard Cinderace. Good on a Toxic. Losing Glowking is the really tough thing, especially. Losing Glowking is really rough. We're going to U-turn, maybe a bit of an overplay. We get into Gastro. We're just going to see a recover right here, right? Oh, we see a Chilling Water in the boost for Gastro. Just kidding. Oh, man. And that just Okos the Pex. That's phenomenal for things like Cinderace plus, what do you call it? Lycanroc. This Wellington comes in, and it also does not kill. It is going to be able to 2 at KO, but this thing does not look as good now. Thundy comes in next. If it is Scarf, you're good. We're just going to Agility, and that might be a wrap. Yeah, I think everything's in range. Thunderbolt's going to knock out Enam. Yeah, I think that's a wrap. It's pretty well positioned. Yeah, this thing is booster speed, so this thing's going to die. It's also not going to kill you in one, even if it doesn't. It's like max Spadef, but it has to be max speed. This thing's going to get Thunderbolted. Yeah, that's a wrap. Very well positioned with the Thundy. I knew it did well. We just had to trip the 2 things that I talked about, and you did, and that was a wrap. Good stuff. Very well positioned with the Thundy. How's it going, Sir Kid? What's up, bro? How we doing? How we doing? How are we doing? Okay. Now, let's go ahead and jump on to the next. We have Crab versus Noah here. Now, I know I helped Noah build for this game. And remember, he DM'd me, so I kind of know what happened in this game. Originally, so we're going to go into it keeping in mind, we had a 4 attacks booster Slither, and it was Wild Charge in the last slot, because it nukes offensive Torn with a Proto Boost, and after a little bit of chip on Azu, it nukes it as well. And outside of that, look at that thing in this team. Like, Trailblaze, Close Combat, Earthquake, just 6 O's. You just need a little bit of chip. And cheers for picking up the code. No worries, boss. I'm looking forward to seeing how you do. Okay. So, it also was, it was Terra fighting a Spot Threat. I think it was like a Calm Mindset, but fighting let it kind of push through Treads and Tank a little bit easier. Mostly Treads, and there was also a Hydreigon on the bench, and then it was Storm Power otherwise. I think my week 5 because I thought it was a really cool game and I missed last week's. But it's like if you guys no, we'll for sure watch if you missed last week. That's fine. I'm on. So Palafin's gonna lead. It is gonna flip turn out. This is Water Absorb Quag. Oh man, that's rough. I mean, it's good information to know, right? But Water Absorb is interesting into the team. We are gonna go ahead and just knock into this Max Caliber. A Protect comes out. There's a Sucker Punch pops. Okay. We're just going to go ahead and U-turn, which is fair. We have Screamtail, so we probably shouldn't have just suckered there because we definitely didn't kill. And Screamtail does check this regardless, right? And to get on to Scream, we're just going to throw up a Wish, which is perfectly A-okay. We Encore, and that's the issue. We don't... I get the idea, right? We think maybe we're fast or maybe we're slower. They click an attack, we Encore them in, get off into positioning. But I think the better play might have been pivoting out into something like Slither and putting yourself in a really good position immediately, because if they rock, you get the Wish back up from the spike. If they attack, you get it back up. And then from there, you can get that pretty free Trailblaze off because you see that this thing isn't booster. You get that Trailblaze off, and it's time to break through this team. It's to break through it. So I think the Encore play was a little bit passive, but it happens. As Tink is going to come out, it's going to, pivot in on the Encore. This thing shows to be Air Balloon, as another Encore fails. Because Encore can't Encore. Okay, SD comes out, and then Encore. As we do get out into Slitherwing, which is really good here, actually. If this thing stays in SDs, the fact this thing stayed in, we just get off a Trailblaze. Yep. And this is nuked, right? This has to be nuked. Nuked. Okay, absolutely nuked. Now, see, this is the thing. If this was Wild Charge, it blew up Torn here. And I think it's gonna... Oh, no, we're gonna see Azu come in. See, I mean, it might have even blown up this Azu, too. I'm pretty sure, more offensive Azus, being that it took that. That would have nuked it. Can I get Encore? Do you want more? Yeah. That was tough. We're just going to get a Dazzle off. Player of comes out. It does miss. This is a pretty tough position from here. Get off another Dazzle. We're going to Protect. If we do see a Toxic come out, which makes sense, we do get off a Wish. We're going to Dazzle. Instead of Encoring there, it's definitely interesting. 3 specs are already up. You might as well Encore it into whatever move it wants to go for and force a Tink Sack or something like that. Torn comes out. It is a Taunt Torn right here, so it is going to kind of take advantage of the set a little bit. It is Nasty Plot as well, which is not good. If EQ to 51, the Watchers doesn't kill, but it did, but it comes close. Yeah, for sure. Out comes this thing. It is going to show Terra Steel, Terra Blast. It's going to blow this thing up right now. Goodness gracious. We don't know if this thing even has coverage for itself. Oh, that's interesting. So you don't copy the Terra typing. Bleak Windstorm is going to miss. I think this thing just kind of cleans. Maybe going Palafin and Scarf Close Combating was probably a better play than going into Ditto there. But it's okay. CC is going to come out. I mean, because, yeah, this thing actually could have won with CC a little bit later. Player is going to miss. Okay, we're putting ourselves in a pretty cool spot, potentially. We're in a Close Combat again. Now, there's also a possibility for a Close Combat sweep if we can just chip down this Quag otherwise, right? We're going to go into Screamtail. Recover's going to come out. Tinkaton pivots in. There's a Protect happens. The Gigaton Hammer is going to come out. And Spothra isn't really going to find the opportunity to win that it needs, unfortunately. Just because this thing has SD. And it's just going to blow this thing up. So, tough one, for sure. Tough one for sure. Terra Steel with no Heat Wave was, for Ditto, was really good prep. Not gonna lie. Oh, 100%. Very good bring. And Heat Wave wasn't needed in this matchup, too. So, it makes sense. Terra Steel was a good bring. Terra Steel was definitely a good bring. Definitely a tough one, but you live and you learn. I think the toughest thing was obviously not having that Slither to really break through you wanted it to. You have no idea how sad that was for forgetting to change it on my desktop, but also, you're all good, babe. It happens. I've done that a million times. Yeah, a million times. Hold up. We got another stream replay queue. Hold on. Okay. There we go. Alright, let's watch the next one. Alright, we got Bick versus Noah here. Two really good guys. This, Bick, I'm sorry if you lost because I totally forgot to respond to your message. I'm not with the mat I played. I know I did wrong, so I'll be better next week. That is the exact way to look at it, my friend. That is the exact way you should look at it. It's all learning experiences. Especially this early in your draft career, dude, you're gonna fuck up a lot. You know? Like, you're gonna fuck up a lot. So it happens. I would not trip. You're still in a position where you can make playoffs in your first ever league. Like, that's good. There's a lot of people in your division that have been playing for a long time. So, do not trip, my friend. Alright, so we got Bick. I actually don't know Bick's team this week, which I usually do, but he DM'd it to me, so let me grab it. Let's see. So, on this team this week, we have a Sub-Calm Mind Landorus. It is Life Orb with Earth Power Sludge Bomb. Looking at this team composition, it actually does really well. If you can get behind a sub 2, outside of Greninja with like Water Shuriken, which even then, if we're got a Calm Mind up, it's not going to kill us even after it breaks the sub. Things like Electro get blown up by Sludge Bomb, and they can't Volt out and break your sub. Yeah, I mean, things like Rotom too. Once you like Calm Mind, it hits an Overheat. After that, it might not even break your sub. Plus one Sludge Bomb does a ton of ments. Yeah, I mean, I actually think that's really good here. It's really strong. Rocky Helmet Mew, it's Psychic U-Turn Taunt Wisp. Makes sense. I'm not sure what the taunt is for, outside of maybe, like, I don't want to lose to Poltegeist. Then we have a Gale Wings T-Flame with Brave Roost, U-Turn, and Taunt. I like the Gale Wings option because we look a little bit weak to Poltegeist once our Gambit gets shipped. Then we have a Life Orb Tauros, Body Slam, Rock Slide, Earthquake, and Ice Beam. Goes crazy, actually. Oh my god, that mon goes nuts. Then we have AV Gambit, Iron Head, Terra Blast, Kowtow Cleave, and Sucker Punch. Why are we Terra Blast if we're Terra Dark? Very interesting. I'm wondering why we're Terra Blast. Was that a mess up? No, I said if you lost, I'm sorry. I don't assume you lost. You're the GOAT. We prepped against almost this exact team. Oh yeah, I know you and Noah, other Noah, build with each other a lot. I like AV Gambit a lot here. I am wondering what the Terra Blast was for. Was there like some kind of like status-inducing mon, Vic? And then we have Huge Power, Belly Drum Azu. Pretty physically defensive, but if you get off that Belly Drum and the Trode is chipped whatsoever, it's a wrap. Non-contact for Trode, maybe? Maybe. Something I am worried about is the Trode. I think Trode is really good into you. It's going to take some really good pivoting between Lando and King Gambit in order to deal with it properly. King Gambit has no switch-ins on this team at all. It was Fairy. It was changed to Fairy and Tom was Crestwood. Okay, so this is Terra Fairy Gambit. Okay, that makes sense. It's also really good here. It's also really strong here, so it's fair. Alright, you just kind of have to be careful about when you're tearing, and how much chip you're taking to the Trode for that, Poltegeist. Another thing that scares me a lot is obviously going to be Greninja. Greninja is really scary in this game. There's a lot of pressure on Gambit in this game. There's a lot of pressure on Gambit. Okay, we're going to see the Trode lead into Tauros. You do live one from this thing, potentially. We are going to pivot Mew on a Volt. That's a nice 21. Doesn't show to be a boosting item then. We're going to see a Taunt. This is going to be a good Taunt. Nope. A hard Shadow Ball. Immediately. We're just going to get off a Psychic, get a little bit of chip, break a Sash, which is good. Immediate Shadow Ball is pretty crazy. It shows to be leftovers. Is it going to be like a Wisp set? No, it can't Wisp here. So you get off a big Kowtow Cleave. Yeah, that's really nice into the Rotom. We pivot into Tauros. The burn might be a little bit tough. We do eat that up, though. Trode is going to come out next. Energy Ball is going to pick off the Tauros, which sucks, because it was so good here. There's one turn I regret I was playing 4D shots myself. Oh, a little bit of an overplay. We are going to Kowtow Cleave, bring this thing down really low. Landorus is going to pivot out here on a Volt. Okay, it's fine. This is E-Ball, too, so it will not kill you. Just Sludge Bomb? There you go. We pick it off. Perfect. Trode was a big problem for this team, so that's nice. This scares me. Yeah, good. Oh, that's a really aggressive gunk. That must be a Choice Gren, right? That has to be Choice Gren. That has to be a Choice Gren. Good Terra Fairy on that turn. Very good Terra Fairy, expecting the low kick to still come out from a mix set. Very good set. Very good play. Poison Gambit is going to come out, or Poison Mence is going to come out really hard, calling that, what do you call it as well? The Terra Fairy in this matchup, because otherwise you don't really need it. So that's really cool. Terra Blast is going to knock it out. Very cool to see Terra Poison. Moxie is going to pop. This thing is going to be Moxie, or that thing's going to kill Moxie, going to pop. We're going to Earth Power. Here we go. We're going to Earth Power one more time. Shadow Ball does come out. It doesn't kill, but what I'm worried about is I think Rotom does win. Out comes Francesca. Okay, we get off a Moonblast. It's going to bring this thing down nice and low. We're going to get the big U-turn off. The U-turn. The U-turn is tough. Okay, we sub. Sludge Bomb. Bring it down nice and low. The only issue is that does Enam win? Oh, we outspeed? Wait. I'm not tripping on speeders. It outsped. How did it outspeed? Now, Talonflame might have been able to win depending on what this thing's set was and what it had. I think Talonflame usually does stuff most in Amoris's, but I'm wondering why that outsped. It nuked it. He done diddly died. It must have been modest, but maybe a bit of an aggressive creep. But with the Ments there, I mean, this thing's pretty much always going to run damn near max speed. World's greediest Enam, yeah, it might be. Yeah, because, like, even if you're creeping a creep, I mean, there's a Ments at 328, you know? So you're going to hit 329/330, whatever, if it's a jump number. Anyways, so that's a rough one. I wonder if it would have been able to win. Now, I don't know if it would have, considering Talonflame exists. I don't think Enam really gets anything to deal with it. So I think it just kind of mattered for diff, but it's pretty brutal. That is pretty brutal. Alright, next up, we have Nate versus Matrix. I did help Nate. Nate became a Salamence member this last week. And again, if you want prep help every once a month and, you know, sprinkled throughout the month as well, like I always say, I know it technically is once a month, but I'm always down to help you guys out and look at your matchups if you're giving me money to help you do it. T-Bot might not have been Shell Smash. It might not have been. If it was, I might have won, but there was still the Gale Wings Talonflame in the back, but it might have broken through to where he didn't have the Landorus, and then last one, Talonflame definitely didn't win. But if you guys want to become channel members, there's a little join button down there. You might get some extra prep help if you join the Salamence tier. But that being said, oop, my mic is backwards now. There we go, nice ASMR. It might have won. I think it did win if it smashed, just because of the fact that, like, it would have killed, what do you call it, Landorus, and then it's the last one, T-Flame. T-Flame does revenge T-Pot, but then it's still Rotom in the back, and I don't think you can win from there. Which is rough, buddy. Okay, next up, we have this game, though. I kind of remember what I did. I remember this was like a lead Terra Dark Hoopa with knockoff Hyperspace, because it goes kind of crazy here. And I think it might have been Taunt as well. I'm not 100% sure on that move. Let's go, join the members! Let's go, Zeke! How you doing, bro? There you go, look at that. I appreciate you being a member for 4 whole freaking months. Huge, dude. Massive. But yeah, it's like a lead Hoopa, and Terra Dark kind of just picks one right here, right? Because like, you Terra Dark do 87 to this, what do you call it, Mudsdale, which is insane that a physical attack did that. This isn't banded. I know it's not banded. I forget what item it is, but it is not banded. Bronzong is going to pivot out on this, That one is actually Lexico for Protect. You can get some pretty free rocks right here. The Pult Play makes sense too to block a Rapid Spin potentially as a good Thunder Wave comes out from Matrix though. This is a double member matchup actually. 2 members. And you see Douchbun come out on a potential Will-O-Wisp. Good absorbing of the Will-O-Wisp. Pretty aggressive pivot considering that Shadow Ball would have nuked that thing. But it happens. Crunch is going to come out. It's also going to get a defense drop on the Bronzong, which is pretty tough. You're kind of forced into a pivot out here. Clodsire is going to be the pivot of choice. So Crunch comes out. Fori is going to pivot in now. As we do see a Toxic not hit into the Fori. Obviously being immune because of the poison typing. Volt's going to come out again, trying to spin block, but a good Volt switch comes out from Matrix. It gets disabled as he switches out, but it doesn't really matter from there. Out comes the Pow. Pow just gets to pick one right here. Now, I think that pivoting Arcanine still might have been the play because Pult still threaten somewhat offensively, and especially if you could force in that Douchbun on a free switch and get a big Shadow Ball or Hex off on it, it might have been pretty advantageous because it forces into a Wish. And chipping down that Douchbun is the biggest thing stopping you from like losing. That's what we need to win, right? Out comes Arcanine. The only issue is it is walled by this Douchbun. Good double out into the Bronzong though. I really like that play. And from here, I think even a double, if that makes sense. I guess a triple makes sense. This Fortress is very likely to come out. If you get out into Hoopa and get off a fat knockoff into something, it really helps you force progress. If this Fori loses its leftovers, it's basically a dead Pokemon. Like, it's really bad without its leftovers, giving it that passive recovery. If something like Douchbun comes in, it takes a lot from knockoff into hyperspace, potentially, and you can get rid of its item, T-Bot with a Whisk, Strength, Sap. Don't think it ever had a form move. I don't think it was a Shell Smash. I figured it was maybe like some kind of Whisk set into King Gambit, which makes sense because it's not super good. So the Gyro comes out. It's not great into this right here. We're going to Rapid Spin now, so it does show the Rapid Spin. It looks like it's Thunder Wave, Volt Switch, Rapid Spin, probably Gyro last move. You're going to see a Thunder Wave come out. And then another Rapid Spin. Bronzong's really going to try its best to keep up rocks here. Theoretically, it doesn't keep up its rocks. As a Body Press comes out next on a hard Chien-Pao, that seems like it was impatience coming through, because these Pokemon were both kind of in the stalemate at that point, but there might have been better options to pivot into, even something like Douchbun, or just staying in with Fortress and getting off like a slow, I don't know, it's tough. Like, you don't necessarily pivot into this well, but you don't also like necessarily really lose to the Bronzong, right? You can just Thunder Wave and spam Rapid Spin, right? I don't know, it's tough. And then maybe getting out on a POW on a very obvious rocking turn, but this Body Press doing 94 is incredible. Like, that's really, really good. Also really dumb, yeah, makes sense. But yeah, Crunch comes out. It does nothing to this Arcanine. E-Speed is going to do a little bit to the Douchbun. We are forced to pivot out just because of the fact that we're walled by this thing. Clodsire is going to come out. Probably going to see rocks go up again, or just an Earthquake to chip down this Fori. Doesn't really matter, though, because the Wish is in the air. As we do just end up throwing off a Toxic on the Fortress Switch. And I guess it covered, like, an aggressive double, as well as, like, kind of scouts and sees what the Fori wants to do. Because Fori can't really actually touch this Clodsire. So I think that was actually a really good Toxic play. Catching this thing with a Toxic allows you to force so much more progress. That's actually huge. So very good play by Nate here. Now we can just kind of click Earthquake a little bit. I mean, this Fortress does wall you. You will get PP stalled out of Earthquakes, but I like the play to kind of cover the aggressive double as Iron Head comes out, which makes sense with T-Wave. With Chip, Max Tech Ozzy pretty much swept if it didn't get stacked by the Electrode. Yeah, it just needed Chip on the Electrode in that game. For sure. Arcanine's going to pivot out. And again, this Douchbun is like a dead Pokemon, Like, it's really not too threatening at all. We're going to go ahead and Flare Blitz here, but, I mean, with this thing Toxic, I mean, even your Arcanine can 1v1 it, really. Yeah, Crunch does nothing. We're going to just go ahead and Morning Sun up. We've seen Wish Protect Crunch. Probably last move either Body Press or Play Rough. Let's see. We're going to see the Wish come out. Chien-Pao is going to come in, maybe hoping on a Para, as we do see a double into Arcanine, expecting the Fortress. So, I mean, the play ended up working out, but Pow's only up to 49. That was very aggressive, and again, felt like it was a little bit of a impatient play, if that makes any sense. But it happens. We're going to go down Bronzong, another Wish in the air. This probably is Fori this time. Oh no, we just see a Protect. We do see a Body Press come out, which makes sense. Those Gyro Balls are also going to hurt a little bit more now it's paired. We're going to see Crunch, which seems, again, very impatient. You have good counterplay to this. Between your Douchbun Fortress, you take this on. There was no reason to take that Gyro to do 29% with Crunch, because now you're potentially 2-hit KO by E-Speed, right? Or no, you are 2-hit KO by E-Speed. Rocks do go up right here, but you just Gyro Ball, right? Yeah, I mean, and this, like, seals the game, right? I'm pretty sure this is a wrap. Pow comes in, it is Boots. We sack off the Bronzong, but it's not needed anymore. It doesn't really beat anything besides maybe Cloth. Cloth is a little bit unfortunate, like, to deal with, but not the end of the world. This is a free Wisp now. Yeah, like, now it's not scary to deal with because it is a Cloth, and you do have the Clodsire potential to deal with it as well. Electric, how's it going? Welcome to stream, man. Welcome to stream. Yeah, and this thing's gonna be stuffed. This thing's gonna be stuffed now. Out comes the Foray, but you always have Arcanine. And so you see a Rapid Spin come out. A bit unfortunate, because now rocks are gone forever, which is part of the reason why I kind of liked keeping that that Pulp Pivot earlier, but it's all good. It really doesn't matter. This thing is stuffed by Arcanine. We get a nice little Iron Head into this thing, too. Cloth is going to come out. We Flare Blitz, but again, I don't know if you're too worried. I think you're good. Yeah, Flare Blitz is going to come out again, as we do see a sub. I don't know if I would have wanted to take the knockoff, because losing your boots is pretty unfortunate here. The only lose condition at this point is letting in that Quackleval and letting it get some Moxie boosts. If that happens, you're kind of in a rough spot. Yeah, kind of in a rough spot, though, I won't lie. Now, if you get a Toxic off on it with the Cloud Tigers, it tries to, like, SD up or something like that, you're in a good spot. But if it's, like, a Taunt Bulk Up set, also goes crazy. What? I mean, like, Taunt Bulk Up, Ice Spinner, Aqua Step goes crazy. But we're going to see another Earthquake right here. This Cloth is nice and chipped. I mean, it is obviously going to be regen. It's like a sub 3 attack set, which is actually pretty interesting here. It's not the worst thing in the world. Stone Edge knockoff 5 horsepower, hit everything pretty hard. This is just kind of spamming EQ, chipping this thing down. We get a Recover off. Nice little pivot into Hoopa. Okay, Iron Head is going to crit and do 62, but this knockoff is unbelievably free, or the Hyperspace. Either one works. Bring it down nice and low. This thing is dead. It will not be able to recover at range of really anything at this point. Arcanine's going to come out. It Flare Blitzes, and I like this positioning because it deals with anything, because we can just go ahead and Wisp for this thing. It is going to show to be like a Scarf Quack, but nothing. Oh, we Flare Blitz. I think we had a Wisp there. I think Wisp was much, much better and much safer. This Morning Sun is going to come off. Knockoff is going to come out. We're going to lose our Heavy Duty Boots, which makes that Qianpao a little bit scary. So we do Flare Blitz. I mean, I guess we do just 1v1 the shit out of this thing. Stone is doing 25, so a crit isn't even 2-hit KOing. Yeah, I think we're wasting a Morning Sun there, which is a bit unfortunate. We're going to go into Zapdos this turn. High Horsepower does come out. Okay, so we save a little bit of health there. And it looks like we're just going to get a Trailblaze off. Get a nice little crit skis. Only 31 is crazy, by the way. We're going to get a Bulk Up. And from here, you just... Oh, we're going to Bulk Up again. I guess you stay out of range of a potential Qianpao Ice Shard now. Especially a +2, you're going to eat that up. Yeah, you're just going to go ahead. Trailblaze again. Get off an Acro. The double Trailblaze is smart, too. I guess it actually didn't matter, but it's just a better click. And then we just Acro, knock the thing out. It didn't have Shard, maybe? But I don't think it killed anyways. But yeah, I mean, very long game, but very well positioned. Outside of a few missteps, I think. Like, if that was like a setup Quack and you Flare Blitzed into it, things might have gotten a little bit scary. Yeah. No. Okay. There we go. Okay, hold on. We got another game. Looks like there's another member game. So make sure we don't have any other member games. This is going to be Zeke and Goose, which are both members, actually. Tony, Kraft, and Noah, and Oopsie, Bench, Big Boyer, Jewel Cobra and Rosary God, Sick, Phony, and Oboe, Ragey and Dashing, and then Heatranberg versus Rodri. That's Fungal. Is Fungal a member? I feel like Fungal's a member, bro. Hold on, I feel like Fungal's a member. Let's go. I gotta check it out before I don't watch his game with priority. That wouldn't be nice. Hold up. Fungal is a member, so let's add Fungal to the top of the queue real quick. We'll watch Fungal right now. I was gonna say, I feel like he just did recently become a member. In the last month, I guess. Again, remember, these get you priority on your games. If you become a member, you get to watch your games first. Okay. That being said, you sure are. Look at the little Bagon next to your name, bro. Look at the little Bagon next to your name. You sure are. Okay, so in this one, let's see what the Terra typings that we have are. We have Terra Water Thunder, And then on Aurora's side, they have... Is that Terra Palmont? Is that Terra Palmont? Imprisoned Valiant, so I'm so sad I didn't get to use it. Imprisoned Valiant. Oh, for the fucking Florges. That's gas! Wait, that's so sick. I'm totally stealing that if I ever draft Valiant. That's so sick. Very cool set. Okay. Bisharp time. But yeah, is that Terra Grass Palmont? Is it Palmont the Terra Gav then? That's interesting to see. We're going to see Bundle lead into Bisharp. This is a pretty good lead. We're just going to get over rocks. Smart not being into this thing because it actually demolishes otherwise. Thunderwave is going to come out into the Thunder, so good pivot. Probably going to see a Terra Water, maybe a Terra Blast here. Nope, just a Thunderbolt. That's fair. We can potentially get off a big U-turn if we are U-turn. Florges is going to come in next. Imprisoned Val is awesome here. Yeah, no, super sick set. Terra Blast does crit here, as we do just Sludge Bomb the turn afterwards. This thing is nice and chipped. It does take a big energy ball. Oh, and we're weakness policy. Very clean. Okay, we get off a Terra Blast. We can't get off an Agility, unfortunately. Bundle is going to come out. It does force you out. So we're going to go ahead and just go into Quillfish, which looks like it. Oh my god, it ate that up. You probably just get off a Spike or a Toxic here. Or T-Spike. Both. Best of both worlds. Best of both worlds. If we do get off a Barb Barrage, we're just trying to poison this Tinglu. Which makes sense. Especially considering that the Quillfish can come in and absorb those later. So, nice to be able to poison that thing. We're going to get out into Thundy here as another Spike does come up. So, I like the aggressive switch because now we guarantee get some more value out of our Thunderous. Get off a big Terra Blast here. Now, Throat Chop does kill, but I mean, this thing's super low. You're going to be able to go into Wake or Valiant or Legion, whatever you want to go into to revenge this thing. Because if you do just click Waterfall, fuck it, we get in flinches. Fuck a Liquidation, right? Quillfish is going to come out next. Quillfish Sui is going to pivot back out. And here you can get up another T-Spike, right? Like, that's the cool part about this, is you can just get up another T-Spike. Yeah, because now you're forcing that Quillfish to come back in. We are just going to Thunder Punch here, but we see a nice self-destruct. We're going to gain momentum and a ton of chip on Palmont. And something you can do here is if you are rocking with like a Psyshock set, you can always hit that Quillfish coming in with that. But we're actually going to go ahead and throw off a Calm Mind. Ooh, interesting. We're going to go ahead and Moonblast, not take out this AVS Serena. Player off does miss, which is a bit unfortunate because I think that's the game now. That was pretty unfortunate. I don't know if you necessarily like lost. Oh, Thunderbolt was the play. Or what you had. That makes sense. I don't know if like they necessarily won if they hit that. You still had full Wake in the back, but it ended the game immediately. So that's pretty rough. Hydro Pump does come out. It was Scarf on the bundle, but because of the Calm Mind boost, you live. We're just going to go ahead and Moonblast, pick this thing off, and that is a good game. So I think you played that well. I love the brings. I think the weakness policy set was cool. The Quillfish did phenomenal in chipping everything down. I mean, you only used half your team this game, which was really cool. Waterfall was a bit suspect, but hey, we're getting the flinch, right? Imprison Valiant would have been sick. Calm Mind, Moonblast, Thunderbolt, Imprison. Because you probably walled the shit out of the floor just and you just Calm Minded up on it because it probably couldn't touch you. That's actually so sick. Yeah, and Moonblast Thunderbolt just kills everything. I think I went with Agility Wake, depending on how they revenge Valiant, but yeah, player. Yeah, no, for sure. I definitely don't think, like, you only won because of that. It just ended the game for them, which is unfortunate for sure, you know? Definitely not ideal. Okay. Let's see. We got Zeke against Goose here. Zeke is rocking out with Terra Fairy Torn, which makes sense here. And it's Terra Dragon on the moon there, which makes this Terra Fairy Torn even better. Terra Fairy is like Terra Fairy Terra Blast is pretty good here. Now there is the Bronzong. We do get our Palafin form off immediately. Very aggressive switch into the Hatterene here, getting up rocks on their own side. Gengar comes out on a Shadow Ball and it just dies. Oh, this is a rough first couple turns for Goose. This is a rough first couple turns for Goose, man. Oh, man. The Shadow Ball mid-ground made sense, right? Because, like, what? It's either Mystical Fire or Shadow Ball. And so the Gengar pivot seems aggressive. I know you resist Fairy, but why is it going to click Fairy there? I think maybe the pivot was Sylveon and then wishing into the T-Tar potentially to threaten it offensively in that regard. Or just staying in with Zong. It shows to be Life Orb as well. This thing's going to come out at U-turns, but you're going to live. Sylveon's going to come out. We're going to see a Trick Room here. Nice little OTR action. Zeke loves their, what do you call it? Their OTR hats in these games, man. That's crazy. If we do get another Draining Kiss off, Hypervoice is going to do a ton. It doesn't look like you 1v1 this thing. I mean, you can kind of just spam Draining Kiss, right? Dazzling is going to come out. You die to your own life orb. Hyper Voice, as we do turn out to underspeed this thing, which is really unfortunate, actually. Heavy Slam is going to take it out here, though, which makes sense. No more Trick Room, though. I'm wondering if this Terra Moon even knocks this thing out. Terra Dragon? U-turn? Yeah, I don't think it knocks it out. That's the thing. We're just going to get a Drain Punch off, right? Yeah. And you definitely don't die from this. Oh, just kidding. It's Rocky Helmet. That's interesting. Wish is going to come true. The SD is going to pop. It is a Rocky Helmet Quackleval. Thunder Punch is going to pair it. Oh, no. As we get off a Drain Punch. That's pretty rough for Goose. I won't lie. I think you were okay. Provided you were... Well, you're Sturdy Dawn fan, yeah. So you should be okay in that regards. Yeah, that was pretty rough. Terra Blast is going to come out right here. And once this Bronzong gets chipped, the Torn wins. It also has no leftovers, so this game's pretty much a wrap. You also can just click Wave Crash here. Yeah, this is a wrap. Earthquake is going to come out, probably Ice Punch to prevent shenanigans and setup. This thing also can win, so Dawn Fan gets even more kills for the season. As we do EQ, into Ice Shard. Into Ice Shard. This thing's going to Outrage, do a ton of damage, all things considered, and another Earthquake. Yeah. Yeah. That was a rough one. That was a rough one. No Steel, I thought you were going to be Terra Dark. Yeah, I mean, that was a tough one. I like the Terra Fairy bring a lot, actually, into this team. Especially considering that your Fairy was super offensive and doesn't really check Moon, because it doesn't resist Dark. I like the Terra Fairy Torn, because, I don't want to lose to Moon button. Which is really smart. And I think you live like an Ironhead, too. I think so. I think that's fine. Okay. Next up, we have Tony versus the Abernakmanectrix. I don't know his actual name. I know that's just his Discord name. It's the Abernakmanectrix. Let's go ahead and take a look. Our Terra typings. On Tony's side, we have Terra Steel Tornadus. No, Terra Fairy Tornadus, which, again, into the Moon team, which makes sense. And then we have Terra Flying Moon on the other side, which is cool. I know we've actually seen a ton of Terra Electric, the Abernakmanectrix, and I think that set actually would have went crazy here, potentially. You resist, the Hurricane from Jugu, but especially you don't get T-Wave by the Clef King, can actually set up on it. So, no Ironhead Moon into the Hatterene is surprising. Yeah, I mean, it just does more damage, right? And you're like a crunch into an Ironhead away from killing it, so it's a bit rough, but, it also makes sense in the sense that, like, you want EQ for the hands, because hands kind of walls you otherwise, unless you lock into Outrage, which you don't want to, into the hat, right? So, it's a bit tough. We're going to see Lando lead into Torn Tizzy. We're going to Terra Fairy immediately and get off a taunt. Stone Edge is going to pop. It does look like a 2-hit KOs, which is pretty scary. Nice little U-turn from the Torn. It's probably Hurricane Terra Blast if I had to guess. Earthquake is going to pop. The only issue... Yeah, U-turn is going to do fucking 41, which is a crazy amount of damage. We're going to go ahead and just drop kick into this Orthworm. And then, looks like a Synth is coming out. Okay. Rocks are going to go up. Are we going to be able to spin on this thing? We are not, because the Zoroark is going to come in. Jugulis is going to be the pivot. It looks like it is not going to be Boots. Does take a decent chunk right there. Screamtail is going to be the pivot in. Nice little U-turn from Tony. The only issue is he's never going to get off this spin. You see a Protect here. Rapid Spin. And then we're going to see an Overplay, huh? We're going to see a Trop Kick, Burn. Yeah, we see a Trop Kick. And now, with that bad Burn and the Overplay, these rocks are up forever. Yeah, because it's just going to come back up. Tony is going to simp up, but I don't think this matters. Back-to-back Terra Torrents base, yeah. Or Terra Fairies. So this is going to be regular Breloom, right? As we do see a Trop Kick come out. And now we're gonna see the what do you call it come out, right? Zoro's gotta come out. No, we see a Synth. Oh, Tony, just spin. You gotta get away with these rocks. Oh, there is the This is so sad. This is so sad. Tony, no. He really struggled, it looks like, with this Zoroark, as the Jugulis is gonna come out. We do see a Hurricane. It does nothing to the Screamtail. We're going to see a U-turn. And now it dies to Zoroark, by the way. So, like, this is a tough position to be in. This is a tough position to be in. We're going to see a Protect here on the Slowking. We're going to Flamethrower on a pretty aggressive click. I think you just Sludge Bomb here. I think you just Sludge Bomb or you Ice Beam if you're predicting a switch. Yeah, Sludge Bomb is fine. You could bait a Poison on Landorus. We're going to see the Jugu Sack / get in on an Earthquake. So that's nice. Hello, Zoro. Yeah, Zoro's ridiculously obnoxious. Screamtail's just going to come back in. We're going to see another Hurricane just to try and whittle this thing down. It does get a Wish Off, and now it can just attack. We see a Dark Pulse. It does break out of Confusion immediately. As it can play versus Zoroark, either LMIO, it just leaves your mind when it hits the field. I remember her saying something about that. It's a really obnoxious mod to play against, for sure. We're going to see the spikes go up. We're going to try and set up a bunch of spikes, I'm assuming. I'm trying to see where the win condition is. I'm assuming it's backs. But it's looking rough right now. Okay. We have this up. Breloom comes out. We're going to see an Ice Shard just pick it off immediately. Is this like a Banded set? I wonder if it's like a Banded set. I was going to say like a DD or an SD set. Could have totally won right there. Depending on the Screamtail set, if the Screamtail's Encore or not. We are going to see a Foul Play hit into the Moon. Decent chunk. Dragon Dance comes out. We do just Foul Play one more time, but I don't think it matters. We're going to sack off Torn probably, right? Yeah. Then you can go into backs and revenge this, but your Slowking isn't going to be able to win the game, unfortunately. Just going to Ice Shard. You have one more switch in with backs. You're going to have to get out on this Earthworm. It looks like it's like a Citrus Berry set, maybe? Yeah, we do see an Earthquake, which makes sense. Good Earthquake play. Lando comes out. Any Ice Beamers? We do see a Flamethrower. Any Burners? Oh, hold up, big. No, I don't think it matters. I think even a Burn Lando wins. Facade comes out. Oh my goodness. It is going to be Citrus Berry set. Or an Ice Shard. And a Crash. Oh, we just didn't have coverage for it. Oh, get a couple. Get a couple. Oh, we DD. Oh, Tony. I don't know if that works. You see a Flamethrower. Does hit the Zoroark, but it doesn't end up killing it. And this thing's just going to Shadow Ball and win. So that was a tough one from Tony. I think just the hazards and getting kind of deked by the Zoroark the whole game was really, really rough for him. And it was kind of just like unsalvageable after a certain point. Wait, Del got a new cat? New cat? Goku has a friend? That's crazy. Del got a new cat. Okay. Alright. Next. We have Kraft versus Fran. Let's see. I know Fran has Terra Volk, and then Kraft is a demon and has Terra fucking Glastrier. No way to kill Screamtail and Earthworm Core. Yeah, it was rough. Tony needed hazards up early himself, and he needed to keep the hazards away. He just kind of got deked the whole game. It's like that sometimes. The burn was also really unfortunate. We're going to see a lead Palafin into this lead Samurott. Good lead. We get off our big fella form immediately. And the combination of like close combat, Ice Punch, Jet Punch, like liquidation goes dumb, stupid, crazy. Oh, it's also Terra Ice or Terra Grass on the Volk, which makes sense here. And then Terra Poison. Oh, yep, Terra Poison on the Glacier, which is also cool. We are going to see Season's Edge pop into the Gastrodon. It is Rocky Helmet, though. So again, chipping this thing down is going to be very advantageous. We're going to go ahead and see it recover. The only issue is now 3 spikes go up as a nice Encore comes out, too. Oh, very good play by Fran. Very good bring as well into like a Gastro passive matchup like that. You're going to see the spin come off. Oh, we just U-turn. Okay. Gastro's going to come out. It's going to take another Season's Edge. Which, again, makes sense. We're going to go ahead and get off a big recover. Now, there is the very easy possibility of potentially getting off a rapid spin with your Cyclozar, but not the end of the world. We're going to see a taunt come out here as an Ice Beam does a shit ton to the Thundy. Oh, it's because it crit. Last year's a super base pick, such a silly horse. It is really cool. Gastronaut goes so unbelievably hard this game. It looks like it is going hard. Gastronaut picks it off here. Oh, it Terra ices. Are we just gonna Ice Beam? Clear Smog. Good Clear Smog Brain. Now, the crit is a bit unfortunate because it does a lot of damage. But good Clear Smog Brain. Making it to where this thing can't sit up and just whoop your ass right now, which is really, really cool. We're going to go Cyclozar here. Get off a big Rapid Spin. I'm a little bit worried about the Quiver right now, though. How do we stop this? U-turn? Oh, and I guess now we are in a position where we can just pick this thing off with Jet Punch for like a Banded set. Terra Poison's going to pop. Even with the Spadef drop and the burn, Glacier says, no. I'm 1v1ing the Terra Volca. Who said Terra Volca is broken? Who said Terra Volca was broken? Not me. Out comes this thing. It is going to get up a spike, so this is good positioning. The only issue, Cyclozar just comes in and it spins it away. Yeah. This is a bit rough. The Cyclozar is actually putting in OT right now, too. Like, it's putting in overtime right now. We're going to go ahead and just see a U-turn. We're going to get out on Palafin, which makes sense. We can get off a potentially really strong attack. This thing is leftover, so this isn't going to do that much to Big Finn. Flip turn is going to bring it down nice and low. We're going to get out into Cyclozar, probably pivot out into Goldango. Nope, we're just AV cycle, so we eat that up. Get off a nice slow U-turn. Palafin's going to come out. Yeah, this thing's positioning really well. Jet Punch does knock it out. And it's a tough position, right? Because you can't really go Noivern, because if this thing isn't choiced, and I don't know if it's confirmed that it is yet, it just gets rocked by Ice Punch under Trick Room. So that's tough. Good Balloon Goldango bring as well. This thing might be walled. It doesn't look like it is. Focus Blast is going to come out. We are going to miss, and the Crunch is going to do a shit ton. Oh my god. But from here, we just get off and make it rain, get off Guaranteed Chip, which is good at that point. We flip turn out with Palafin to pick this thing off with Momentum. We're going to go out into Cyclozar, and Hurricane is going to miss. It looks like it was like a Scarf set. No, it's just faster as a Pokemon. We have 2 Hurricane misses, which is tough. It might have been choice, though. I also don't think he killed Azoth from full. And it couldn't lock Draco if it was. Or it couldn't click Draco because then it got -2 special attack, which would have been really tough. So, I also don't think it died to Hurricane, the Cyclozar. So, I think that Kraft was in a pretty checkmate position regardless. I think he played really well, too. Like, I think he played really well. Frey definitely got unlucky at certain points. But Gastro put an OT. And, what do you call it? Cycle went crazy. I think we're really seeing on how well Cycle did. Like, that thing really put in a lot of overtime. Like, a ton of overtime. Okay. Next up. Oh, sorry, I just got pinged. I don't know where I got pinged, but I just did. I gotta see. Oh, and Clash. Is it one of our picks? It's our pick in Standard 1. It's our pick in Standard 1. Maybe Cyclozar definitely does 1. Yeah, Nerfing Celebrate. Yeah, it died to Draco, but, like, you can't Draco there, you know? Like, you can't Draco or you're screwed. So, good positioning from Kraft. Okay. Oopsie Peach versus Noah the Numbat. I don't... Gothita! Let's go! Let's go! Gothita's back. Gothita's back. Gothita's back. Oh, Torn went in Standard 2. Damn it. Goth is back. Let's fucking go. Okay, I'm so excited that Goth is back. We have Terra Ground to you, which makes sense in a T-Tar. Definitely makes sense in a T-Tar, actually. And it goes crazy here. And then on Oopsie Peach's side, we got Terra... wait, just kidding. Terra Steel. Interesting. Please let me watch Iron Thorns do something. What the fuck does Gothita do here? Provides moral support and hopefully kills something or does something cool. I have no idea. This is the Gothita stall team. That didn't bring stall this week, but it has a Gothita, and I'm so excited. I want it to cook. I really want it to cook. I think that'd be awesome. Okay. Fuck Iron Thorns. I want to see Gothita kill something. I wonder if it'll, like, be Sash Psychic to, like, demolish Great Tusk. On Oops Peach said, what's Terramon? It looks like it is Terra... I actually have no idea what the Terramon is. Is it Terra Ground Tusk? So we do have a Thorns lead. It is going to be... Oh. Okay, we sack it. Gothita. Oh, it's Scarf. It didn't kill. Damn it. No, that did nothing. No. This is so bad. We're gonna see Terra Steel, Terra Blast. It does a ton to T-Tar. That might be Specs. That might be Specs. Yeah, it looks like it's Specs. Still does 36 to fucking Torn, which is crazy. No, it was Scarf, and it was gonna trap a not max Spadef set after like a drop. It looks like this is actually Scarf Chiyu too. Hammer Arm. Sub Hammer Arm is very interesting. Now, as long as we can keep hazards away, this thing's in an okay spot. We're going to pivot out, go into Grimmsnarl. Pretty interesting, not going into the Slowbro. It looks like that is super banded. No, I think Noah loses. We're going to see a bulk up. Oh, it's a bulk up Snarl. Okay, we're going to see a rest. It's Rest Talk. Chiyu is dead, by the way. It SDs. Okay. We're going to rest here. We're going to go ahead and get off a Spirit Break. We're going to get off another rest. Moonblast crits and kills, which is brutal. SD Dougie comes out, though. Hold up. Wait a minute. Hold up. Wait a minute. Hold up. Wait a minute. Chiyu-Sack. Out into Slowbro. We see a Thunderwave. There's a WinCon. WinCon acquired. Hold on. WinCon spotted. WinCon spotted. We get off Surf. Surf. Okay. U-turn. No, this dies. That's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. We need a misclick. No, I wanted the Gothita. I appreciate the sauce from Noah. I appreciate the sauce. I wonder how his record is. I wonder if he's in a position where he can kind of like fuck around a little bit. You know? I think it is very... I wonder if he's in a position to fuck around. I really wish I would have done something, though. Somebody check and see how good Noah is doing. Noah the Numbat. Because I remember he had the shiesty, like, stall game earlier this season. I don't remember what div he's in. I think he's in Licky Licky. Actually, let me check. I'm curious. I think he's in Licky Licky. Right? Sage is demolishing the div. Ant's doing well. Dashing is 5-0. Let's see. Rosters. I want to see how they're doing. Where's Noah? He's the Toomba Titans. Let's see. Oh, we're in a playoff spot, baby. The anti-Gothita AV tells us some serious counterplay. They knew it was a threat. They knew it was a threat. So we're in a playoff spot still. I want to see Gothita Championship. I'm sorry, Ant. I'm sorry, Tony. I'm not even rooting for you guys anymore. Oh, Tony's in a playoff spot, too. All my boys are in playoff spots. Let's go. Huge. Okay. Next up. We have Bench versus Burnett Bandit. Is Moosher Gangooser, I think? Isn't that his showdown name? I feel like it is, because it's a funny showdown name. Okay. Sorry, I got an email, so I was looking at my phone real quick. Alright. So, let's see, what are we rocking with in this game? Ooh, stop. I'm telling you to stop. So, on Banette's side, we have Terra Fairy Volk, and then on Superbench's side, we have Terra Flying on Jugu, which honestly makes sense with how how capable Rotom is in this generation with no pain split and things like that. Is that my door? I can really see that thing getting out of hand fast. There's not good flying resist on this team, especially if it's like a spec set. We are going to lead with Gudra, who takes nothing from Ice Spinner. Oh man, only 60? Holy physically defensive. We get off a massive body press. I think you live banded there. I don't think I got to your game yet, no. As it does pick it off here. Population Bomb is going to pop. Holy, the gooey animation is going to take forever. Wait. Wide lens. So I'm assuming that he was scared of like a helmet or something like that. So he brought protective pads, which makes sense. And this is why Mousehold is terrible. If you guys were ever wondering why Mousehold's bad, it was that exact instance, right? Because you want to run pads, because then you could potentially get off a crazy strong attack with 10 hits and ship something down. But if you only hit once or twice or something like that, it's like a 30% chance to get all 10 without a wide lens, where it's like 90% with a wide lens, just with how the calculations work out. So it makes that Pokemon really, really rough. It's not 100%, but it's a lot higher than 30. So it puts you in an awkward spot where you don't want to get hit, but yeah. Out comes this Volk. It looks like this Volk is walled, or this Gudra is walled by Terra Fairy Volk. Terra Blast is going to come out into AV Legion. Oh my god. Is it AV or is that Banded? It just blew it up from full. Holy moly. Banded, or Bullet Punch is going to come out. It's going to pick this thing off. Jugo's going to be the next switch in. We do have Flamethrower on this thing, right? Yeah, we do have Flamethrower. It doesn't look like it's Booster too. Nice big crit there is actually going to really chip down this Rotom a lot. If his Protective Pass Gooey wouldn't have worked, I wonder what the item was. Yeah, no, you're right. It wouldn't have worked. Gooey wouldn't have worked. Super Fang does come out. What is this thing's item? Okay, we see a Body Press from the defensive Gudra. It was Wide Lens and it got one. What are the odds of that? Genuinely, what are the odds of that? And then he missed Super Fang? Dude, what are the odds of that? How unlucky can you be? So it was Wide Lens, he did that, and then he missed a Super Fang? How unlucky can you be? Oh no, and it's a Rest Talk fucking Body Press. Oh no. His Body Press does pick this thing off. Oh man. I think exactly 1%. It must be. Wow. Into a Super Fang this. I mean, that's less than 1 for both of those things. Good Dragon Tail here from the Garchomp. I mean, the Gooey's going to drop his speed. And it gets sent out to something that nukes this thing. So that's a bit tough. We do see a Moonblast here. I wonder if we'll see a crazy Mystical Fire. No, looks like not. Which makes sense in, like, no Roost Scizors existing. If Scizor still had Roost, it would be a great check to that thing. But it looks like it doesn't. See a big U-turn. It looks like that's Banded, too, into Fizdef Gudra. Garchomp is going to come out. We're going to get Rocks up, which is nice. For sure. We see a Body Press come out here. Okay. Rough Skin and Leftovers. I think we just click Earthquake now, right? Yeah, it does pick it off. So good Rocks. From Bennett. All we need to do is chip some things down and the Scizor can potentially win. That's like the best mode that he can go for. Dragon Tail makes sense. We get that thing out. We get into King Gambino, who comes out next. Kowtow Cleave. I mean, this is giving Bennett a real chance to whittle this thing out. Like, if he got an Earthquake off there, it was very realistic that he could win with Choice Band Scizor. So I'm very surprised that they gave that. We're going to see a Dark Pulse. We chose all Terra Caps now. Let's go. I'll go ahead and update it after stream. Okay, we see a Dark Pulse. Out comes this thing. It goes down. Bullet Punch is not going to be enough to knock this thing out yet. Crit comes out too. I don't even think he died to crit too. That's rough. And then the Jugolistic thing. So that was a really rough game. From Bennett's side. I don't think like he guaranteed won or lost otherwise, but yeah. Yeah. I know, it's tough. Alright. Next up, we have Roar Draco versus Big Boyer. I don't remember who Big Boyer is, but they got a fucking Chansey. Alright. Let's see. But yeah, Amo, I'll pick Pichu after this. I think we're still waiting on Jorge's, right? Okay. Let's go ahead and do it. So, on Big Boyer's team, we have Terra Electric Volk. Ooh, very interesting. Terra Electric is kind of demon. Okay. And then, from Cinder, or on the other side, we have Aurora Draco is Terra... I don't know. Did they bring out Terra Cap this week? Because I know Bundle's banned from Terraing. Would usually lead Cinderace into lead Ursula Rapid Strike. Your turn gets us some Rocky Helmet chip on that thing is always going to be nice. Out comes Brute Bonnet, the Amoongus, as Giga Drain comes out. Hard Palmot is very scary. Cinderace is going to pivot out on a Sludge Bomb, and it's not going to get poisoned. It's a leftover Cinderace. Again, very interesting to see right now. Powerball's going to do a decent chunk to the Roaring Moon coming in. It's an interesting nickname theme we have on this side. All Paradox Mons. Yeah, Boot Mon, it's going to come back out. This Amoongus is, like, unguardable. I don't know how it stopped. I actually genuinely don't know how this thing stopped. Yeah, it just spores here. Palmots the Terracap. Ravy, how's it going? How's it going? Yeah, this Amoongus is, like, unguardable. How does it get beaten? Okay, we're going to see a Wish. Leftover's going to be Frisk. We're going to Baton Pass. Get into Palmot. Okay. Now, the Ice Punch here is pretty nice. I mean, this thing is strong, right? Okay, Iron Thorns comes out. Any Freezers? I fucking called it. I knew it. Terra Electric Double Shock does a decent chunk to this thing. It keeps the Electric typing, though, too, which is pretty cool. Ice Punch is going to 2-hit KO. Palma, you need to chill the fuck out. Palma, you need to chill the fuck out. That's crazy. Quiver is going to come out. Are we going to see a Mirror Herb? Oh, Mirror Herb Bundler. I don't think... Oh, and an Encored! I don't know if this is enough. I don't know if it's enough. I don't know if this is enough. I think it's just going to Quiver Pass. It's also Leftovers, too. No! No, we didn't set up! That did nothing. Why is that plus fucking 5 and it did nothing? Whirlwind? Ruination? Oh no, it wasn't Whirlwind. Oh no, it wins! Oh no, it wins! Oh no! That's crazy. Oh my god, that was crazy! I love the tech, right? I love the tech of the bundle Mirror Herb. But the fact that it was like Terra Electric and the fact that you encored into Quiver and couldn't like break past it anymore it was a bit tough. It was a bit tough. I do like the idea though behind like going Mirror Herb there. But that is Pokemon. Unfortunately, it does not begin to describe it. Yeah, that was a tough one. I won't lie. That was a tough one. Okay, make sure nobody's put more replays in. Nobody has put more replays in, so we're good. Okay. Next up, we have Jewel Copper versus Rose Raid God. Let's see. What are our Terra typings? So, on Jewel Copper side, we have Terra... Bug Sneasler. Interesting. Terra Bug. Okay. And then on Rose Raid God side, we have Terra Poison Annihilate, which makes sense. It checks the Sneasler really well. Yeah. It makes sense. I'm surprised with Terra Flying. I feel like Terra Flying is brain dead, hurt, or broken here. We do see a parting shot here on the Sandy Shocks. We can get out into Iron Treads. Force this thing out. Go ahead and get off a big knockoff into the Articuno, which is very, very nice. And then we're going to pivot out into Electros on a Shadow Ball, it looks like, expecting like a potential Slow Ball pivot or something of the sorts. We're going to see a U-turn here, as we probably see either a Discharge, U-turn, or Volt Switch. Discharge does come out. It pairs the Muck that shows to be Black Sludge and not Assault Vest. So again, more valuable information that we're getting here. Mew and Terra Volcarona. So true. Matchup Moth. I don't think your guys' game has been up yet, though, Rafi. I don't think it's been up yet. Iron is going to come out. Okay, we see Galar Articuno come out. Iron Defense Treads. Interesting. I mean, this isn't going to do a lot, right? We get off another knockoff. We pick it off, which is good. This thing's pretty slow. The only issue is now you've shown you're slower. Yeah. So because of the fact you were slower than the Articuno, they now know that they can go Sandy Shocks and revenge you pretty easy. Whereas earlier you were kind of able to bluff the speed and the parting shot and things like that. I'm very surprised at the slow treads. I think maybe going a little bit faster was nice. Maybe going a little bit faster. So. Alright, we're going to go ahead. Electros, Dragon Tail, so we're pivoting things out. That's nice for the Annihilate, considering it's not Terra Fairy. Extra just blows you up. Oh my god. I'm very surprised we did not see, what do you call it? The Cleavor thing. We're going to see a Poison Jab come out as another Bulk Up pops. Is this going to be Rest? Oh, this isn't a Bulk Up Ape. Oh no, we fumbled. We've done the thing where we don't bring the broken Bulk Up Mon. Oh no. Rage Fist Okos the Cinderace. Okay, Thunderbolt, Rest. Your Aim Punch. Okay. We Drain Punch. Okay. Does anything kill from here? Yeah, I think the Cleavor will. I think the Cleavor will. Oh no, Annihilate comes out. That also kills because it's like an offensive close combat set. I'm very interested. Why are we not bringing the broken move? U-turn comes out. It's going to be Muck. Oh, we see red card as it is a Calm Mind set. It's a bit unfortunate the Muck is still around. We're going to slack off here even though we're faster. Oh, it doesn't look like this can break it though. If this isn't Toxic Muck, this can't break it. Oh no. Oh no, big Slowbro being broken. Could you imagine? Okay, this is interesting. This is what's interesting, is that we're Body Press. If we have Surf, I think this thing wins. Right? I mean, you still might 1v1 this thing. Yeah, you still might 1v1 this thing, but Surf Psychic was probably a little bit more reliable. I've seen the U-turn come out. Muck's gonna come back out on the Psychic. Oh, good slack off. Okay. Go ahead and drop a big Body Press. Yeah, I don't think this thing will beat a 1v1 now. Yeah, especially with the crit. It's a bit unfortunate. We're going to go ahead and get a pivot out here. We're going to go into Grimmsnarl. This thing looks really scary. Yeah, you can't Parting Shot at all, too. Oh, that's rough. That's rough. Poison Touch does pop. We get rid of the Light Clay. We probably just set up screens and go for game with Sneasler, right? Play Rough is going to do a ton into the Annihilate. Oh, I don't know why we pivoted an Annihilate. I don't know why we did it. Poison Jab is going to come out. It is going to knock out the Grimmsnarl. The only issue is we're going to tear a Bug here. We close combat. We knock this thing out. Okay, are we White Herb? We do pop the White Herb. We do close combat one more time. Yeah, but this thing wins, I think. Stone Axe does pop. Yeah, because it's just going to pivot out. Oh, it's rough. I think if you were Surf over Body Press, that game was a lot more likely to win. Yeah, that game was a lot more likely to win. But it looks like he also forgot he didn't need a Terra either. Terra wasn't needed. Calm Mind Body Press is definitely a bit interesting. Body Press makes sense in some regards for some things, but I think that Calm Mind was actually good here. Like I don't think Calm Mind was a bad bring at all. Jewel Copper, by the way, like if you're watching this post-fact or if you're lurking, I don't think Calm Mind was bad at all. I just think you wanted that Surf coverage. It hits everything neutrally. Body Press isn't doing more than a boosted Surf either to like things like Muck. So you're better off just throwing off big +1, +2 Surfs and things like that. And you can put yourself in a pretty good spot against that Muck. So that was a tough one, but it happens. Okay, we got 3 more right now. 3 more games. Trace Moss. Okay, let's see. Sorry, I'm up in like 10. We're up in like 10 drafts. Alright, let's do it. So, on 6 side, we have Terra Waterlanders. Okay. Alright, yeah, Terra Waterlanders. And then on the other side, we have Terra Ground, Terra Psychic Magnezone. Interesting. Wait, that's kind of gas. Terra Psychic's Terra Blast for the hands is kind of crazy. I think Terra Ground might have been a little bit better. But I guess Psychic also neutrally hits Landorus, right? So that's pretty interesting. We're going to see a lead immediately. We're going to go ahead and Psychic. Do we just Volt here? Yeah. Good Volt. You do a ton. That's definitely analytic, by the way. Potty the Parrot, the, what do you call it, Quacklevolt comes out. It is going to Aqua Step. I think it might have been a little bit more advantageous to immediately throw off a close combat because you kill this Heatran there. Landers isn't coming hard in. There's no other fighting resist, and you can really, really break down some stuff. So, I think close combat was probably a little bit more free if we had it, and if we didn't, probably U-turning. We're in a Swords Dance immediately. Oh, I think we're jumping the gun a little bit. As this thing does get burned. We're going to SD again, but this is going to be a Volt, right? Or Discharge. It's like Max Spadef. Maybe a Facade? No, we see a Volt. Close combat does nothing to hands. That means +4 close combat, by the way, was not killing hands. I would like everybody to know that damage. That means that was not killing. Hippo's going to come out. It's probably going to get up rocks. Good rocks. It's also Sand Forest and not Sand Stream. So it's another good thing to note. We see a crit Hydro Pump, which is really rough. It does 2-hit KO now. It might have 2-hit KO otherwise. I'm not 100% sure. Air Balloon Gengar is going to be the next pivot. Mousehold is going to come out next. Nasty Plot's going to happen. This Mousehold's forced into a bite here. correct? Oh no, it's a Leftovers Encore. It is a much more like support-oriented mouse hold, which makes sense into things like Capoudon, I suppose. Taurus probably Ablaze is going to come out. Tidy Up's going to come out. Get rid of those rocks as well. Landorus is going to be the pivot in here on a close combat. I think Flare Blitz is also pretty free, but I guess the Rotom's in the back, so good mid-ground by Sick. Psychic is damn near to a KO. Substitute's going to come out here as we get up our rocks, but this might be a wrap in the regards of, Landers being behind a sub. I mean, I guess technically you can break this thing sub with a Shadow Ball. Psychic is going to Oko it, but now we're like really, really hurting for offensive pieces. We're going to go into Pow. Pow is pretty strong here, though, considering that the hands did get chipped. Are we going to crunch? Good crunch. We knock this thing out. Okay. Out comes our Tauros probably Ablaze to Intim drop this thing. And it's going to get a little bit of health back. But again, that's not the end of the world. I think you're really close to Pow winning. If they fuck around too much, they could be in a really bad spot. Good bulk up here as well. Earth Power outspeeds though. Oh no, it's Scarftran. It's Scarftran. That's rough. Yeah, it's Scarftran. So that should be a wrap then. Sacred Sword's going to pop. It does knock this thing out. Regidrago is going to be the next pivot in. Also is going to be Scarf in this game, so just double Scarfer. Heatran, what do you call it? Drago here is going to pick off the Pow. I don't think Ice Shard killed from there, so I don't think it was like a bad play to not go for it. Kind of hope for a miss or that it's not Scarf, right? I think you're hoping for a miss or that it's not Scarf. I don't know. It's rough. It's rough for sure. Alright. Let's see. Next up, that was a tough one. Again, I think we might have just blown load a little bit early on Quack too. If we could use things like Quack to break for Chien-Pao or Chien-Pao to break for Quack, either way, I think that game was a little bit more winnable. Okay, Terra Preview peeled the Dex draft. We have Phony versus Obo here. This game was a Week 5 game, not a Week 6 game, but we didn't watch it then, so we're going to watch it now. We have Terra Ice Aleki, who would have thunk? Terra Ice Aleki, whoa! And then on Phony side, it looks like we have Terra Fairy Moth. Yeah, Terra Fairy Moth, which does really well here, actually. Holy shit. You just need to chip down that Tinglu, and it wins. Like, that's it. You just need to tip down Tinglu, and it can totally win. We're going to go ahead and get up a Spike from Obo's side as a T-Spike goes up on his side, which is really, really detrimental to him. Now, it's going to be hard to spin block both the Rotom and the Aleki, but it's fine, regardless. We're in a close combat into the Zapdos is going to be defensive Rocky Helmet. It is a defensive Rocky Helmet set. Aleki is going to double in on a Thundurus coming out. The Rapid Spin is going to pop, so yeah, there's not really a way to block that. But Volt Switch still does a ton, despite it not tearing. Like, not a bad position at all. Scizor's going to be coming out next. We do just Volt Switch. Smart of Obo to not Terra right now, right? The only reason he needs to Terra is to Oko that Thundy. But he doesn't want to Terra necessarily yet, because one, then he doesn't resist Thundy. He would have taken a ton from that Volt Switch and probably died to the Bullet Punch after, but he also becomes weak to Bullet Punch. So, Terra Flying Air Balloon Aleki wins. So true. So true. And you go, so that way you're double immune to ground. We do see U-turn. That Scizor is basically dead. There's also not much removal besides the Scizor, so the Scizor has to come in, and it can maybe defog, but other than that, it's in a bad spot. This is a good use of the Thundy, in my opinion. Getting Chip off on this Tinglu, again, makes it to where that Iron Moth is so threatening in this game. So being able to 1v1 this thing with a Nasty Plot Grass Knot set is incredible. Aleki's going to come out. It is going to be forced into Terra Blasting here, as it does look like this is actually going to be a Yachi Berry set, and it's just going to blow up the Aleki as well. So we're in a really good position right now. Out comes the Slitherwing. Scizor's going to come out as a sack. Definitely your best sack at this point. It loses to everything anyways right now. He should be fine. Out comes Thunderbolt here on a U-turn. So the Slitherwing did come in and pick 2, but I think you're still in an overall really good position. The Toxapex is going to come out now. I think you just... I was going to say you could just T-Spike up and wheel some things down, but also if you're Spadef Pex, you don't really want to sack this thing off yet. Infestation is going to come out here on the Zapdos. Rocky Helmet does hit it because of that, but this is looking like it's a defensive Zapdos, so it's not like it does anything to you in particular, right? T-Spikes do go up here, which, again, phenomenal right now. We're in a really good position because of that. We're just going to see a Sleep Talk into a Rest and a Sludge Bomb come out. Yeah, I'm not sure the Zapdos can do anything to you. On top of that, we have the Uxie Pivot, which is pretty darn free too. We're going to see a Sludge Bomb, brings this thing down ridiculously low, down to 5%. Another Infestation pops. It's forced into another Rest. So you can just kind of keep spamming Sludge Bomb and hoping. I should have Infestation the Torkoal in hindsight, big L. Nah, it's not that big of a deal, to be completely honest. Probably didn't think it would stay in because it's the only thing keeping Sun up for the Wake, and Wake is the only endgame that Oboe has right now. So I think you're doing alright. Yeah, this thing does get a Thunderous Kick. Now we make the pivot onto Uxie because you see that it is Thunderous Kick, and you don't want to get chipped down. So that makes sense. Thunderous Kick is going to do a decent amount to the Uxie, but not anything that really matters. Zapdos is just going to click Brave Bird here and kind of sack itself off, which is also good. If it tries to rest here, you just Psychic it, right? Or use Mystical Power. Mystical Power is a trap move. Don't use that shit. The move sucks. You've been missing all the time. Also, that did nothing to the Zapdos, I'd like to mention. Mystical Power is going to... I told you. Run Psychic. We did get another rest, though, so we do take it out. I told you it was a trap move. Now, whatever comes in has to get poisoned and take rocks, and that basically means the game's over. Because it's not like Torkoal can come out, because it probably got killed by the Mystical Power at +2. And then Wake has to come out, too. Yeah, this is looking like it's a Rapskis. Out comes Urshi. We do see an SD. Rapid Spin comes out. Okay. And Wicked Blow pops. Interesting. Now, the, what do you call it going away is a bit tough. We see Booster Speed here. As we try and sucker, as it shows to be a substitute set. How'd you know? Because it's Mystical Power. That move sucks. Hydro Steam does knock out this Urshifu. So this is a little bit scary. Iron Moth is going to come out, though, and we did break the sub, so we can at least come in and Terra Fairy, and keep this thing very, very low. Yeah, Protect is going to come out. It's sub-Protect Hydro Steam. Does this not lose to Peck still? Unless it's trying to PP stall it. Terra Blast does bring this thing down nice and low. Hydro Steam isn't going to kill because this thing is not strong. Morning Sun pops. Trying to get out of range of a First Impression, which makes sense, right? Saving a little bit of differential. Pick this thing off. Down it goes. I mean, Slitherwing. It's going to live First Impression, right? It does live First Impression. We pick it off with the Terra Blast. So definitely a really good game. Well positioned. I think the Peck set was really good here. Pex in particular was really, really good here. I thought Rapid Spin for sure, so I thought it was free. Yeah, I mean, it was forced into a Rapid Spin for sure. But if you're going to think it's going to Rapid Spin, you might as well even just kind of like Wicked Blow. But, I mean, either way, I guess it doesn't super matter. Yeah, really not the biggest deal in the world, to be completely honest. So. Yeah. Alright. Last game of the day, unless somebody has posted something in the server in the meantime. I think this will be our last one. Oh no, Sage posted theirs. So close to our last one. Ty versus Sage. Okay, close to our last one. We have a Ravy versus Dashing now. A Ravy versus Dashing. Alright, let's check it out. Dashing is, I know he's Terra Torn, or Volk. Terra Volk is going to be Terra Dark this week. Woo! That is a good Spectre check, actually. Low-key, that's a super gas Spectre check. And then from a Ravy side, we have Terra Flying Gambino, which makes sense into the Ursaluna. Puts a pretty awkward 50-50 out there, too. Alright, we're going to see the lead Garchomp into lead is doing Goodra. Earthquake does a ton of damage to the Hatterene coming in. Probably expecting Hazard / being able to live 2 Earthquakes, which is good. Out comes the, Rotom. It's going to Volt out on the Goodra. And Garchomp is going to be back in. This thing is leftovers too. Now, I think it does live. Yeah, it does just barely live. Dragon Pulse isn't going to be enough to take it out, though. Draco might have, but even from a defensive set, I don't think that's the case. Liquidation is a crazy play. I would like the chat to know that Liquidation is a crazy play. Surf comes out from this Gren. It is going to be Battle Bond and get off the Battle Bond, which... Oh shit, this is Life Orb. Surf? Uh-oh. Ice Beam, okay. We're just going for the freeze. Fuck it, we don't kill. Go for the freeze. Low Sweep comes out. Not Low Kick. Low Sweep comes out. We're going to Terra Flying here. Low Sweep. Low Kick would have done so much, dude. Ice Punch comes out. Pretty aggressive Ice Punch. And we get a freeze there. But it was Lumberry, so it's fine. Thundy's going to come out next. Iron Head is going to do a ton of damage because of the crit. Now, Sucker Punch is actually going to be able to knock it out. This game has been back and forth like crazy. Oh my goodness. Terra Dark is going to come out. Fiery Dance is going to be enough to take out the King Gambit. Out comes Grafai next. Gunk Shot does 72% and gets a poison. If we're encore on this thing, we are completely fine. We do not worry or care. We are not, but we do live because Grafai is the GOAT. Low Kick comes out, picks it off. Oh my goodness, Grafai, you monster. What is offensive Grafai doing here? We see a low kick do 1% to Hatterene. Good pivot there to get the Rocky Helmet kill. Spectre is going to be the next pivot. We double into Talonflame, expecting the Ursaluna, but we actually see a Healing Wish come out. I wonder how this is going to go. We're just going to Brave Bird into this Ursaluna. I don't think it's going to be enough. Yeah, we're going to Rock Slide. Down it goes. Unless we end up getting some flinches, it looks like this thing's going to win. We are not Dark Pulse. Earthquake does look to be a big 2-hit KO. And Spectre just isn't able to take it back. That was a really close game, really back and forth. Oh my goodness. Really, really back and forth game. Grafai went crazy, and I think that pivot was a really aggressive one from Dashing, but it was a really good one. Oh my god, they posted card one. Okay. Next up. Pony, Pony, Scraggy. Oh, Abra. We got an Abra team? No way. No way we're getting an Abra team. Okay. Lastly, we have Sage here versus Tai Sato. Let's go ahead and check it out. I know it's Terra Mence on this side. I'm not sure on Tai's side what their Terra Captain is with Dragon Electric. Oh, it's Urshifu. Urshifu Rapid. So we do lead Vapo into the Rotom. Oh no, we missed the Scarf Hydro Pump too. Brutal. Oh, that's brutal. Out comes the Urshifu Rapid. It is going to be Terra Electric. We're going to see a Terra Blast. That tells me that it might not be Punching Glove, because I think Punching Glove with Thunder Punch is stronger than Terra Blast. Not the biggest deal in the world. We're going to go ahead and Volt Switch out. Terra War on the Mence and Dragon Dance up in this Espeon's face. We're going to Dragon Dance again. Psyshock does a good 44. Oh, we're just going to Roost all out this Reflect, right? We're just going to Roost all out this Reflect. Rotom Heat is going to be the pivot on a hard Terra Blast, and that's unfortunate. Probably expecting the Roost. And then going ahead and knock it out there, which is, again, pretty brutal. Out comes the Zapdos, though, so he should be fine to pivot out here. Because Thunderbolt obviously would pick him off. Reflect still up. Mence still isn't winning for sure. It's going to go ahead and U-turn this turn. Out comes the Espeon, trying to block hazards potentially, but good Ruination from the Tinglu, as Fortress is going to come back out on the Urshifu. We're going to see a Surging Strike, so we're going to see a Helmet. We are not, or we're potentially going to see Punching Glove. Body Press is going to do a clean 42 on a crit, which is definitely a big, big crit, to be completely honest. Close Combat comes out, doesn't pick it off. How's it going, Nate? Doing pretty good. Oh, couldn't Encore Dark. You're right. I know what you're right. See, I forgot, just like someone else forgot earlier today. It's going good, Nate. We already watched the game earlier. We're on our last game of the day, unless somebody else posts one before we finish this one. We're going to go ahead and Side Blade with the Leaves into the Scizor. Scizor's looking actually pretty threatening now that this Fortress is chipped. It is going to be Rocky Helmet, so this is confirmed Punching Glove. So I'm surprised it's Terra Blast over Thunder Punch, considering it's Punching Glove, because that would have been stronger, but live and you learn. Not too big of a deal, right? We're going to go ahead and Close Combat into this Zapdos. We're going to pivot out this turn, sack off the Fortress, or at least attempt to sack off the Fortress. Get a little bit of Rocky Helmet, though, which is nice. Out comes Urshifu. Terra Blast is going to pick it off right there. Vapo is going to come out next. It is Scarf Vapo, which is looking very, very threatening. Surf is going to knock out the Espeon. Zapdos is going to be our next pivot out. We're going to go ahead and Surf to 41. Roost comes out here, just trying to get healthy again, but really not wanting that Zapdos to stay healthy. Tinglu can come out, but I do kind of get the idea behind going for Surf there, because if you keep that thing low, the Valiant is very close to winning if it's Fire Punch. Yeah, now it's even closer to winning. Now it's closer to winning if it just suspects Moonblast, right? U-turn is going to crit into the Tinglu, which makes this Dragon Hold really scary. I don't know how I feel about that. Hurricane is going to take out the Tinglu. That crit was actually massive. We're going to go ahead and see an Ice Beam out into the Zapdos. We're just trying to chip this thing down to where something like a Valiant could potentially win. Leaves is going to come out. Leaves also looks really solid here. The Scizor is very low. Out comes Dragapult. U-turn is going to knock out the 4 times weak Leaves. Urshifu is going to come out next. It's going to be Valiant, Cork Speed, Cork Attack. Aqua Jet is not going to be enough to, take this thing out, obviously. Close Combat is going to bring it nice and low. I'm very interested as to what's happening. We're going to see a Shadow Sneak do a lot of chip to this Dragapult. Psychic Fangs is going to pop. Is the Mence going to be enough on its own to stop this? We see a hard Scizor on a Roost. I think it is going to be enough. You just see a Terra Blast here. I'm pretty sure it's okay. Unless this is Bandit Pult. It must be Bandit Pult. A wild Caterpie appears. How's it going, Corey? Draco is going to come out. This was a special Mence, it looks like. Oh, no, it was a mixed Mence. Terra Blast with Mono Terra Blast with a Draco, too. Very, very interesting game. Corey, you got here right as we're finishing up. Dude, you gotta be here earlier, man. I miss you hanging out in our streams. But I think we're done for the day. I don't think that there's anything else that we have to cover right now. There's no other games. So, pretty insane. Pretty insane stuff. But, yeah, I think with that, though, unless you guys have any other games for me, I'll give it a couple more seconds. Scroll through Discord. Look on the side. It looks like the Sage game was the last one. Also, Sage, if you're watching. Sorry, some of us have to work for a living. Hold on, bitch. I work 40 hours a week, too. Shut up. What do you mean work for a living? How much money do you think I'm pulling from this YouTube stuff? Terra Blast is a screw-up. I had T-Punch on my phone, and the pace thankfully didn't come with rules. Oh, okay. That makes sense. It still ended up working out. It's a little bit weaker, but it looks like it ended up working out. So... Did I miss mine? You did. We did watch your game, though, but you can totally go back and scroll back and watch them. We watched everything that was put in. And I think at this point, we're all done. We had some really interesting games this week. Some really, really crazy ones. A lot of hacks this week, too. We for sure go. Right. Okay, so I had to ping Little Cup. But yeah, with that being said, I think living in your content house, yes sir. You know me, living in the content house. That's what we call my dad's house, apparently. But yeah, with that being said, guys, I think we're gonna end stream for today. I appreciate you hanging out. If you guys want to go check out the Wi-Fi battle that we uploaded today, I'm actually about to go put the rental code for it in the comments. If you guys want to try out No You team on Wi-Fi that I built, it's a Monkey Dory Rain team, it was pretty fun. Played against Sean and his Hail team. We were able to take home a win. He used big broken backs like an hour before it got banned. That cheater. But yeah, and we just spiked in viewers too. This is so sad. We'll check one more time if we have any more games. We do not. Alright, guys. I'm gonna jump off. I appreciate you all. Drop a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for the stream. No worries. Pull with Scarf. Oh, that makes sense. Oh, so what's some kind of choice variant? Okay. I think you played well, by the way, Sai. I think, Sai. I think you played well. I think that Sage brought a really interesting thing. I think the Scarf Vapo actually was what ended up putting on a ton of pressure onto your team. That was a really cool bring from him. But yeah, we're gonna end stream, guys. If you want to drop a like, I appreciate it.